Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf, and today we will be doing the first lecture in the English conversation course. So let's go ahead and begin. All right, so our first thing here is, it's getting light already. Good morning. And a reply to that would be morning. So in English, people often say morning in reply to the greeting, good morning. So if you were to just wake up and you see someone around you, you would generally greet them with good morning. So if you see someone asleep, you could ask if he is asleep, because they could be faking or they could just be resting and closing their eyes. So you could ask someone, is he asleep? And if he is asleep, they would say, yes, wake him up. So in this picture, we have a boy sleeping here. All right. So this one. Okay. So now we have another one with the same kind of general topic. So now we have a girl here. So if you were wondering if she was sleeping, you would ask, is she sleeping? And then if she was sleeping, someone else would say, yeah, wake her up. All right. So if you wanted to ask if someone else, like if a girl was sleeping, you would ask, is she sleeping? Okay. All right. And here in the picture, we have a girl sleeping with a pink teddy bear. Okay, next we have shush. So when someone tells you to shush, that generally means that they want you to be quiet. But if you don't know why they're doing it, you could ask, why are you shushing me? Because, I mean, if you don't know why they want you to be quiet, you would probably ask them. So here we have a lady doing the general motion of shushing. When someone tells you to shush, they usually put their finger over their mouth like this. So that's like the general motion that tells you, hey, be quiet, you know? All right. Let's see. Okay. So if you see someone that is sleeping, someone else could tell you not to wake her up, or him, whichever one they are. So, if they don't want them awake, then they would tell you do not wake him or her up. And you would generally say, I won't, because, you want to listen to them. So we have, do not wake her up. I won't. All right. So here we have, a girl sleeping. Okay. So here we have, wake up, sleepyhead. And then the person or you would reply with, I'm awake. So sleepyhead means like someone who is really tired and likes to sleep a lot. So saying wake up, sleepyhead is like, hey, wake up, you've been asleep for a while. So you could just respond with, I'm awake. And here we have a boy who looks like he just woke up. He looks very tired, but everybody has to wake up at some point. All right, next we have you been awake for a long time? And then someone or you would reply with, no, I've just woken up. So let's say it's 7 o'clock, okay? And you woke up 6:59 or 6:58, sometime around there. All right. So if someone asks you if you've been awake for a long time, since you've only been awake for like 2-3 minutes, you would just say, no, I've just woken up, or I woke up just a few minutes ago. But if you have been awake for a while, like 30 minutes, an hour, then you would say, yes, I've been awake for a while. And then you generally tell them how long you've been awake, so they would know. All right, so here we have someone who looks like they've just woken up as well. Okay. Let's see. All right, so here's an example from what we just said. So here someone is asking, how long have you been awake? And then they reply with, for an hour. So they've been awake for a good amount of time. They've been awake for a total of 60 minutes. So, that's a pretty long time. And so you wouldn't say, I just woke up, since you woke up an hour ago. You would say, if someone asks you, how long have you been awake? You would say an hour or 2 hours ago or 30 minutes ago, whenever you did wake up. So here we have someone, it looks like they're drinking coffee and they're very tired. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right. So what time did you wake up? So this is a bit different from the last one because now the person is asking for an exact time. So instead of saying, I woke up an hour ago, you would say, I woke up at 6 a.m. Okay? So here it says, what time did you wake up? And the person replies with, I woke up at 7 in the morning or 7 a.m. All right? And here we have a clock that says that the time is 7. All right? Okay, so now we have, did you have a good sleep? Okay, so that is a question, because someone could have bad sleep, they could have nightmares or they could just be super uncomfortable and, then they wouldn't have a good sleep. So you could ask someone if they had a good sleep, just to start a conversation in the beginning of the day. So if you did have a good sleep, you could say, yes, I did. And, then you would have started a conversation. You could start talking about anything else, how has your morning been, anything like that. So here we have a person probably just woken up. She looks a little bit funny, but she has the eye mask on her forehead, and that people use that so it's completely dark whenever they go to sleep, and they can go to sleep a lot easier. All right, next. Okay, here we have, did she wake up at 7? And then the other person replies with, no, she overslept. So oversleeping means that, let's say you were supposed to wake up at 6 in the morning for anything, we were supposed to wake up at 6 because you had work or a job and you overslept, meaning you missed that and you're still sleeping. So this person must have needed to wake up at 7 and then they overslept and maybe woke up at 8 or 9 or something like that. So in the picture, we have someone that is still sleeping. All right. So that's it for this specific lecture. All right. So we're going to go for about like a minute to half a minute. So a minute to 30 seconds, just switching lectures, and then we'll get back on track. So we will see you in like 30 seconds. All right, so now we have the second lecture here, okay? So let's just get started with this one. So here we have, are you not sleeping? Get up. And then the other person replies with, I don't want to. So let's say that, you've had a really long night, you're super tired, you really want to sleep, and you wake up in the morning and you just don't feel like getting out of bed, You're still really tired. You just want to rest in your bed a little bit. And your parents come in and they're like, hey, get up. It's time to get up. Time to get out of bed, go do something, go to school, anything like that. You can respond with, I don't want to, but sometimes that can get you in trouble. So, it's better to like listen to what they say. But you can respond with, I don't want to. Sometimes they'll leave you alone if the thing isn't very important. But if it's super important, like school or work or something like that, you would generally really want to get up and get ready. So, here we have someone sleeping, for example, and maybe they don't want to get up because, they were out all night, they're super tired and they just want to keep sleeping. All right, so next we have, look at the clock. It's time to get up. All right, and then the person replies with, no, it's too early. All right, so on this clock, it is 10:10. Okay, so that's not very early. I'd say early is 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning, but 10's kind of late. So if someone says it's time to get up and it's really early and you don't really have to get up, you could say it's too early. Don't try not to say no, because you can get you can make someone mad. But 10:10, it's kind of late. You should probably get up by then. That's you probably have a lot of stuff to do in your day. You don't want to keep sleeping until 10. Try to wake up at like 7, 8, maybe earlier than that, but not 10. 10's way too late. All right. Now we have, is the toddler getting up? And then the person replies with, it is trying to, but it can't. All right. So I'm assuming we're talking about waking up, because sometimes you could try to wake up and then you just fall back to sleep. It's happened to me a few times. But so if they're asking if the toddler, the baby is trying to wake up, maybe it's waking up and it wakes up for like 2 minutes and then it falls back asleep. It happens to everyone, but so the toddler can't wake up. It's having a hard time because it could be just really tired. Waking up in the middle of the night, just crying the whole time. So, yeah. All right. Okay, so when are you going to get up? And the other person responds, in a minute. All right. So usually when someone responds with this, they don't actually mean in a minute. They mean maybe 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes them hours to get up. But you can respond with in a minute and get up really fast. Or you can respond with something more accurate, like maybe in 10 minutes, in 15 minutes, and have them give you that time, to get up in when you want to. All right. So here we have a picture of someone who doesn't really seem to be wanting to wake up, and they're turning off their alarm. All right. So next up, we have get out of bed. And the person is saying, I don't want to. All right. So if someone's telling you to get out of bed, and let's say they're like your parents, you should get out of bed. If you say you do not want to, you will probably get in trouble. You do not want to get in trouble. So whenever someone tells you to get out of bed, maybe it's a friend or something, if you have friends over and you didn't really expect them and they tell you to get out of bed, try to get out of bed. Don't leave them. No, that's not very nice. So, but if your parents are telling you, you better get out of that bed, because you will get in trouble if you don't. So don't ever respond with, I don't want to. Ask them if you can stay in a little bit longer. Maybe they'll let you, who knows, but try to ask them. It's like, hey, can I stay in for 5 more minutes? Can I stay in for 10 more minutes? Can I stay in for 30 seconds? Anything. Just try to ask. Don't say, I don't want to, because then you might get in trouble. All right. So now we have one that says, don't rub your eyes. And then the other person is saying, why not? So, if someone's rubbing your eyes can be bad for you sometimes. Let's say your hands are really dirty, or you've been cooking and you rub your eyes. That could make your eyes start to burn. Like if you're cooking with a pepper or something, that could really make your eyes start to burn. But in the morning, when you rub your eyes, you tend to rub your eyes really hard, and that puts a lot of pressure on them. So this person is asking, why not? Well, because it puts a lot of pressure on your eyes and it could hurt you. So try not to rub your eyes too hard if you wake up. And here we have a picture of someone rubbing their eyes. All right, so now we have Granny, have you gotten up? Or we have Granny, have you got up? And that is British slang. It sounds really weird compared to normal American English, but it's fine. And then we have, no, I have just sat up. So here someone's asking their grandma, if they've woken up, if they've gotten up, and the grandma is just saying, no, I've just sat up. So they're in a sitting position, just like I am right now, in their bed or in a chair or something like that. So yeah, if you want to ask your grandma if she's woken up, you can ask them, hey, have you gotten up? Or grandma, have you gotten up? And they can respond with whatever they really need to respond with. They could respond with, no, I've just sat up, or no, I've just woken up. All right, so next we have, why are you rubbing your neck? And then the other person replies with, it is numb. So, sometimes whenever you've moved a lot, or like if you went on a run, your legs will start getting really numb, and you might want to rub them, try to get the blood flow start again. So if you're just randomly rubbing your leg, someone might ask you, hey, why are you rubbing your leg? And then you could say, well, my leg is numb. And when something is numb, that means the blood isn't flowing very well through it. It feels really weird. It feels like it's tingling, if you know what that means. So that's what numb means. So if you see someone rubbing their neck or their leg or their arm or anything like that, and you want to ask, you would say, why are you rubbing your neck or your leg or your arm? And they could respond with whatever reason they're rubbing it for. All right, so now we have stretch in bed, and then someone says, I'm stretching. So they could just be meaning like, hey, whenever you, because, usually whenever you wake up, you want to stretch, get your muscles awake, try to, so whenever you get out of bed, you don't feel like you can't walk or move around very easily. So someone could tell you like to stretch in bed. So whenever you wake up, you just go stretch, and you could respond with, if you are already stretching, you could just say, I'm stretching, just to let them know that, hey, I'm already stretching, I'm trying to wake up. So here we have a picture of someone stretching. All right, so now we have, are you all right now? And then we have someone saying, yes, I am. Okay, so let's say you got hurt, okay? And it's been a little bit, you've put a Band-Aid on it. Someone could ask you, or your parents can ask you, are you all right now? If you're feeling better, you could say, yes, I am. But if you're not feeling good, you could say, no, I'm still not good yet. So, so they know how you're feeling. So they know if they still need to help you or if you're okay. And here we have a picture of a lady, with 2 thumbs up, saying that everything's good. So yeah, let's go to the next one. All right, so now we have you gotten up? Or in British slang, you'd say, have you got up? All right, but try not to use that one in normal conversations, because sometimes it can get super confusing. So if someone asks you, have you gotten up? And you have gotten up, you've stretched and everything feels good, you could say, yes, I have. I feel great. Okay. But if you haven't gotten up yet, you could say, no, I haven't. All right. Like if you're still trying to go back to sleep, but you can't, you're having a little bit of trouble with that, you would say, no, I haven't. All right. So let's go to the next one. Here we have, don't jump on the bed. All right, and the other person or the kid or anyone, they'll say, I won't anymore. All right, so here in this picture, we have a boy and he's jumping on the bed. So someone could say, don't jump on the bed for many reasons. The person might be breaking the bed. If they jump on it too much, it could break. They might not want you to mess up your bed. Or they just might want you to go to sleep. Sometimes kids go to their bed and they just start jumping on it instead of actually going to sleep. So, sometimes you just shouldn't jump on your bed because it's also very unsafe. You could fall off and hurt yourself. So if you want to listen, you'd say, I won't anymore. Try to listen. Don't say no. If you say no, you will get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. Please don't get in trouble. All right. Okay. So now we have make the bed, and the other person replies with, I've made it. So when someone tells you to make the bed, they don't literally mean, to like create a bed. They mean like, hey, clean your bed, put the pillow back in its place, fold the blanket or cover. And if you've already done it, you could say, I've made it. I've cleaned it up already. Everything's good. So here we have someone cleaning their bed or making their bed. All right, so thank you for listening. Okay, here we have, next we're going to have some videos that we're going to show you of conversations that me and my sister played and acted in. So let's just get on to that one. All right, we will be right back.
Hello everybody, my name is Yusuf and this is Madarsty. Today, we will be talking about how to say goodbye informally. Let's begin. Hey Jolie.
Yes?
Let's catch you later mean?
It means goodbye.
What does adios mean?
It also means goodbye.
What does see you later mean?
It also means goodbye.
What does later mean?
Do I have to take you to a doctor or something? I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Okay, well, that's some ways to say goodbye informally. See you later.
For that video, we were teaching some ways to say goodbye informally. So there's 2 different ways of speaking in English. There's formal ways and informal ways, okay? So informal means, you use a lot of slang instead of speaking with proper words. And then formally means, you're speaking with proper words and you reduce the amount of slang that you use. So that's the difference between the two. So we're just going to see which video comes up next, and we'll talk about that one.
Hello, can I borrow your phone? It's raining and I need to call my dad so he can pick me up.
Okay, sure.
Hello? Thank you!
Hey! That's what someone could say to you if they wanted to borrow your phone. But don't give your phone to anybody on the street because they can steal it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
All right, so for this one was pretty funny in my opinion. So Julie acted out as someone who wanted to call their dad and they didn't have a phone. And since it was raining, they really needed to get picked up. So let me just warn you, if someone asks you for your phone on the street, please do not give them your phone. They could literally just run off and steal it, and then you probably won't get it back and you have to buy a new one. But and that's exactly what Julie did. So yeah, try not to give your phone to people on the street, but that's what that video is about. So let's just see what the next one's about.
Hello, welcome to my coffee shop. How can I help you today?
May I have a Mary Mint cappuccino with no whipped cream, please?
Okay, sure. That would be $4.
All right. And that should be $4.
Okay, have a nice day.
You too, thank you.
And that's one way you could purchase a coffee from a coffee shop. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
All right, so in this video, I was showing people how to, they can order from a coffee shop. Most coffee shops aren't going to have what I ordered, like a Mary Mint cappuccino, maybe a Starbucks or something like that. But this was the last video that we were going to show today. So thank you all for coming. Okay, you guys, I'm really happy that you guys were all here and came to see this. And I will see you in the next lectures.